From the moment I got pregnant, people were like, oh, are you going to make your child be vegan? I haven't always been vegan. I grew up like everybody else. So about 6 years ago, I was watching a documentary called Cowspiracy. And that had a big impact on me. I had no idea that using cows to produce meat and dairy devastates rainforests and pollutes the air in the way that it did. And I had no idea that mothers in the dairy industry were exploited. Their reproductive systems were exploited, and they were forced to give birth to a baby that was then taken away from them in order for them to produce milk. So that component for me, particularly now as a mother, upset me a lot. The thought of losing my daughter after she was born was just too horrifying to bear. That cow is a mother too, and she has every right in the world to be with her young and to raise her young. And the fact that we deprive her of it so that we can steal her baby's milk is it's just wrong to me. I knew I wanted to have a vegan pregnancy, not because I'm vegan, but because I know from my research and my studies that a plant-based vegan lifestyle is a very healthy lifestyle. Eating that way doesn't deprive me of any essential nutrients. It actually gives me an abundance of those nutrients. My gynecologist was also somewhat concerned that because I was vegan, I might not be getting enough iron, or I might not be getting enough amino acids. So he wanted to check my blood and my nutrient levels every month. And every month the results came back and they were perfect. He was actually surprised that my iron levels hadn't dropped at all. They commonly do with any woman during pregnancy because the baby is using a lot of iron to grow, but mine always stayed at a really healthy level. When my child was born, I was asked if I planned to breastfeed or use formula, and I planned to do both actually, and I chose to use a plant-based formula, an FDA-approved one, because I felt that this was going to give my child the best start in life. For the same reason I don't want to put dairy products in my body, I felt that it wouldn't be right to give them to my daughter. I know that dairy would increase my risk of certain cancers. It's really high in hormones and other kind of things that really I wouldn't want in my body and certainly wouldn't want in my daughter's body. I explained this to my pediatrician, and actually she was really cool about it. She was like, well, you plan to use an FDA-approved formula which provides all the same amount of nutrients as the cow's milk formula, so yeah, I don't see a problem with that. And she said, your baby's really healthy, she's gaining weight at a great rate, she's growing as she should, seems happy. So going into it, that was the mindset for me, what do I know is going to be healthy for my child? I know that a plant-based diet is going to be healthy for her, and that's why I'm going to feed her a plant-based diet until she's old enough to make her own choices. And then I hope that when the time is right, she'll make good choices when it comes to food, conscious choices. I think that's what's missing in the world now. A lot of us kind of eat in the way that our parents ate, that society eats, rather than doing our own research and finding out actually what harms us and what heals us. There's a lot of pain and suffering in the world right now. Climate change is a real worry for a lot of people. I think we often feel helpless in the face of all that because it's so large. But certainly having a child has given me hope for the future. Hope that if we can just take these small steps towards making more conscious choices in our life, that ultimately one day we'll have a world that reflects the kindness that we've put into it.